Tonight, we are going to be joined by Jalen Suggs, freshman point guard for the Zags. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. A big game for him tonight. We're going to invite him in. Jalen Suggs, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
No, of course.
You want to say hi to Zag fans? I know there's a lot.
Man. What's up, yo? What's up, yo?
So you're sitting in the seats right now. Do you have any neighbors by you? Any cardboard neighbors by you?
We got Zags, BC, Rui, we got Nigel, our coach's kids in the back. So yeah, man.
Love it. Okay, well, 16 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals for you tonight. Another great game. You beat BYU. But I want to know, as a point guard playing for the fastest paced and most efficient offense in the country, you're a former quarterback. How much do you love playing in this kind of offense, playing with this team? How much fun are you having so far this season?
It's great. It's great. Getting up and down with these guys. They do a great job running the floor. Try to do my best quarterback impression, getting it down there to them. Just to get some easy buckets. But yeah, it's a special group. Man, it's a real special group, and I love playing with these guys.
We're going to talk about the quarterback thing, about your teammates. But I want to know how do you think teammates would describe you if someone were to ask, what's Jalen like? How do you think they'd describe you?
Man, I'm gonna go with full of energy, super competitive. Man, just loves the game. Loves learning. Try to be the best teammate that he can. Yeah, man. I think that's what I go with.
Okay, I'm curious. We're going to talk about your pass tonight, but I'm going to take fans through this pass. Can we take it kind of frame by frame?
Yeah,
if you guys didn't know, Jalen was a quarterback in high school. They say it just about every broadcast, but talk to me about this pass because, whoa. What did you see? How early did you see it? And you put some spin on it. Talk to me about it.
So I saw Dom running the wing, and his defender wasn't looking at him. He kind of just drove him back because, a lot of people just wouldn't make that pass, So when I saw that his defender wasn't looking, I knew I could throw it, and get it in there. But there had to be some spin on the ball, obviously, because he was right next to him, like literally on his hip. So I kind of put it out in front, and let it kind of spin back to him. When it hit the ground, and man, bounced in there perfect. That was one of the craziest passes I've thrown ever, to be honest.
That is an absolute dime. It was beautiful. Have you and Dominic talked about it afterward? I mean, he's going full speed. It's not easy, but have you guys talked about it?
Yeah, we talked about it for a little bit. He kind of just said, the rim wasn't messing with him that night. It just bounced kind of in and out. All fun and jokes, though.
For sure. When you threw the one to Joel Ayayi tonight, it felt like it was like a 50-yard pass. I mean, long and led him straight to the rim. Talk to me about that pass. What it felt like. How much do you love throwing those kind of passes?
No, I do love it. And I mean, me and Joe, a lot of times just in practice, we weren't messing around. We just throw the ball like that. Like a quarterback to a wide receiver, just messing around. But honestly, when we get into games, it's really effective because he does a great job running the floor, and it goes up and gets the ball. And yeah, just like I said, easy scoring opportunity. So yeah, man, I love throwing this kind of passes.
Yeah, you guys had that connection right away. He threw your alley-oop, your very first bucket in college, I think, over Kansas. That was a crazy posterizing dunk.
Yeah, for sure. That's my guy.
So a reminder to people, you played quarterback. You were Mr. Football. You were Mr. Basketball. First person to ever do that in your home state of Minnesota. But I want to know, does it affect your vision more and how you see teammates, or does it help you physicality-wise, dealing with physical finishes at the rim? If you had to choose, do you see people better because of that quarterback mind, or do you finish better because you're able to take the contact?
That's a hard one. That is hard. I'm gonna go with the vision. It's because quarterback is all about reading defenses, reading defenders, knowing where to put the ball. Leading your wide receivers to open areas and things like that. I mean, you can see it on some of the passes that I try to make. The windows are super tight, but I think playing football gives me a lot of confidence. Knowing that I can fit it in there, and the guys are gonna get it, and they do a great job of looking for me, of looking and cutting, and they make it a lot easier. So yeah, I think they do a great job of making me look good on the passes.
Tell me about your hometown, West Palm, Minnesota. How is it different from Spokane, and how much do you miss it?
The west side of St. Paul, man. I miss it a lot, honestly. I really do. Just being in the community, going and like messing with like the little kids, football like on Saturday mornings and things like that. That's where all my family and friends are, and that's where I grew up. Um, Man, it's the West Side is it's a really good community. Everybody knows everybody, and that's part of the reason why I love it so much. It's a lot different from Spokane. It's definitely a lot different. But I think this Spokane compared to like St. Paul is pretty similar, just in the fact that it's kind of a small city. Um, a lot of you see everybody. When I'm walking to the gym, I see a lot of the same people, the same business, things like that. But no, I love it out here. I miss home a lot, but I love Spokane.
Okay, we just talked on the press conference. We heard you say that there was a 7-on-7 game, and Corey Kispert was the quarterback of the other team. You were the quarterback of a team. Let us know who won. Give us more of a breakdown on it. Like, what happened? How do you feel like you played? Was it your best game?
It was a fun night. That was a super fun night. Like going down, just running around in the football field. I wasn't expecting the guys to do that. Joel kind of hit me and was like, I had posted something just about football. He was like, "You want to go throw and like go play?" I was like, "For sure." And I got my stuff on. Me and Julian walked over there. We were playing music. Just got out there and we're really just enjoying our time, man. Just throwing the ball up. Killian was kind of cooking, or Drew was kind of cooking Killian. Killian was getting exposed on the outside of it. Julian had a snag over Joel, crazy kids. But man, Corey's a good quarterback, man. He was throwing dimes. It was just a lot of fun. It was a great night. So it shows a lot about these guys.
For sure. You also talked about players that you might have looked up to growing up, and I'm really curious if you had one player, two players maybe that you really idolized as a kid, and someone that you model your game after now.
I've always watched a ton of LeBron James. Favorite player. It's one of just my favorite people, honestly. It's the impact that he's had, on Akron, Ohio, on the world, honestly. And then just basketball-wise, man, he's great. Honestly, he's my GOAT. And he sees the floor, he makes everyone better around him. He can go get a bucket whenever he wants to. He's special, and that's someone that I've always watched growing up. And then Russell Westbrook and John Wall. Russell Westbrook and John Wall. I think those are two like point guards that I've watched most growing up. Just the way they attack the game. They're so aggressive. And they put their all into the game. That's something that I really admire and try to replicate.
Yeah, you can see that even tonight when you're going downhill on those screens and you finish at the rim full speed. It's very Russell Westbrook-esque for sure. Okay, what kind of plays, and I'm going to show fans again this play that was captured by Jordan Caskey from SWX this pass, one of your favorites. What kind of play fires you up the most? Like, is it a pass like this? Is it an assist like you had to the one that you were talking about to Corey? Or is it an and one? Is it a dunk? Like, what gets you the most fired up, you think, during a game?
I would like to say a dunk, but I think an and one gets me the most fired up. Even the one that I had at the beginning of the game today. You make it, get the foul. The whole team, comes and holds up around you, picks you up off the ground. Just great energy. So I think, I did have to go and one for sure.
And you get that extra point. That's important too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. How quickly do you notice those kind of passes? Like, how quick do you see it in your brain? Because it seems like you've got such a quick trigger. Like, you see things before they're about to unfold.
I think that's really a testament to being a quarterback and playing football. When you drop back, and you're looking to throw, you have to throw guys open again, and you have to know where they're breaking before they break, and things like that. So like on cuts, and things on the basketball court, like the full court pass, knowing the defender's head isn't turned, knowing they're about a step behind, and knowing where my teammates is going to be, and I can put it where it needs to be, so they can get the easy bucket. So I think a lot of that is a testament, to football and being a quarterback.
I've got someone named Mr. Suggs 11 on here saying I taught him that. LOL, is that your dad?
That's my cousin Drew.
Cousin Drew. Okay. I want to know how competitive these practices were with this team early on in the season, because you were coming in as a freshman, but you've played obviously with the U.S. national team. You won a national championship in AAU as a fourth grader, so you've been around a lot of talented people. But what were those practices like, the really competitive ones? How quick did you kind of see how talented this team was?
They were super competitive, and even now, like they're really competitive. Um, yeah, coming in here, I didn't think it would be easy, but I thought the transition, and just basketball, just the basketball game in general, it'd be a lot easier. And Corey and Joel and them guys, man, they didn't take it easy on me, man. No drills, any 5-on-5 scenarios, nothing like that. We had me and Joel used to have shooting competitions all the time. I had to stop doing that. I couldn't take these in my ear the whole time. I couldn't focus. He had me laughing and all that. So yeah, I think that's part of what makes us so good, is that we're all so competitive in practice, and then when we get to the game, we're all five together. Going against another team, you can definitely see it shows.
I love to hear that Joel talks a little trash, because all these players, like all of you guys have been telling me that he's a jokester, he's the prankster, and nobody has an example for me. And I want to know what he says.
He's comedy. It's as simple as that. He's comedy.
Love it. That's all we need to know. What's the best coaching advice you've gotten from Coach Few this year? What stands out to you most, and what's most important to
you? I think one of the best things that coach has said to me, that I've really just taken in and I've been trying to implicate into my game is just play at your own pace. Play on your terms. On your terms is what he says all the time. And it's the truth, honestly. In the second half, I felt like I was playing a lot more how I wanted to. I was controlling my own pace, and I felt a lot more comfortable. And I think he's doing an excellent job with me. And I love Coach Few. I think he's a great coach. He's a great mind. He's really helping me grow a lot, since I've been here.
There was actually a player that used to play at Gonzaga who ended up playing one season or a few seasons at Baylor football-wise. Dimitri Goodson was a Gonzaga basketball player, and then he played and started in a BCS Bowl. He would joke about how he said on a podcast, Believe in the Zags, that Coach Few would be like, "You're a football player, be physical." Like he mentioned that to him. Does he do that to you a little bit? Like, this is your time. You're a football player.
Yeah, definitely. In practices all the time, like choke downs on the bigs and things like that. Like box out. He's like, "Football guy, this is your chance, man. This is your chance to hit somebody again." So yeah, he loves to make jokes about it all the time and bring it into practice and things like that.
Okay, now some fun questions to get to know you a little bit better. What is something that you will splurge on? Like, what are you going to blow some money on?
Ooh. Shopping, clothes for sure. Clothes for sure.
Clothes.
Definitely clothes. Shoes, clothes and shoes.
Any pregame routines, like anything you have to do before a game, superstitions, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, my 2 shots under the rim before every game. I have to do it at the end of warm-ups. And after everyone comes, to the bench, I just stay out there by myself, get 2 shots under the rim. It's something that me and my dad would do all the time. We go out in the driveway and shoot right under the basket. So I kind of carry that over. And then before the game, I always go like this and throw up an X. For my guy X who passed away. So I think those are the 2 things that I make sure to do before everything.
That's so cool. Remembering teammates and important people like that definitely motivates you in big games. Who has the messiest locker on the team? You gotta know.
Locker. Joe has a lot of stuff. Joel has a lot of stuff in his locker. I think one of these days we're gonna have to come in and clean it out and get it nice little tidy.
Love it. Who needs to like be the DJ in the locker room? Is there anyone who like wants to control the music?
Oh, Ox God, Ben Gregg. That's what he calls himself. He calls himself Ox God. So we're waiting to see, if it's truly that. But yeah, he definitely claims that.
Julian Strother saying Ox God. He's repeating. That's what Ben Gregg is.
Yeah.
I love knowing that. Okay, if you could have unlimited something, like food, coffee. Trying to think of something. Do you do coffee?
I'm not a coffee guy.
A coffee guy. Not a coffee guy.
Unlimited something. Bevs. You can never have too many bevs. You don't want to get caught lacking eating a meal or something without a bev. So I'm gonna go with bev.
Wait, without a what?
Beverages.
Bev. Okay.
Bev.
So what's your favorite bev then?
Favorite bev is a strawberry kiwi snapper.
Oh, so good. This is probably the last question I got. I didn't know. So you're Mr. Football of Minnesota, Mr. Basketball of Minnesota. You've played for U.S. teams, but Corey Kispert told me earlier that you could be a professional video gamer. Is that true? And when did you start just kind of taking names in video games?
Man, I've always played video games. It's something that that I can just go to and have fun with. Just get away from everything for a little bit. So when I was younger, I always played. It was a game called SOCOM. I was going there with my dad and his buddies, and run that up. And then Madden is a big one too. Me and my pops play Madden, talk about it a lot. And when I was 9, we used to have Madden tournaments at the house with all our friends and family. I was 9. I made it to the semifinals. Almost had the matchup with my pops, but I took it on that. So, video games. Yeah, I love video games. I've been playing them my whole life.
Dang, love it. And has anybody on your team beaten you in anything video game wise?
Me and Big O have some pretty good FIFA battles. I won the last one, so you're only as good as your last performance. So I mean, I don't know if he's watching it. If you want to play again, man, we can run up for FIFA. But nah. I think that he's the only one that's got me in FIFA.
Okay, the invitation's out there though. It stands.
Yeah.
Julian mentioned something about UFC. Do you want to address that at all?
Oh, yeah, UFC. We have some intense battles in UFC.
All right.
At a point where we have to leave each other's room, and we can't talk to each other for a little bit. So yeah, we have some really good nights. Like we'll play for like an hour, 2 hours, just having fun, knocking each other out.
Makes a big difference for sure to have good teammates and to be winning 11-0. You guys,
yeah, that's always good.
Are doing pretty well. I know what the ultimate goal is for you guys, but for Zag fans that don't know you well, do you want to say anything to them? Because this is a weird year where you don't really get to have much communication interaction with them. So as we part, do you want to say anything to Zag fans?
Let's go get our natty, man. Let's go get our natty.
Oh, okay. I like it. Direct, easy. All right. Jalen Suggs, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it. Good luck with the video games the rest of the year. And maybe go get yourself a bev. Maybe one of those strawberry kiwi snapples.
Oh, always got it on me, man.